Well, hi guys, Dr. Bruce with us today. Now, Dr. Bruce, I understand that you've been practicing chiropractic care now for 30 years. Is that correct?
August it'll be 29, but you get all the stuff that you got. Yeah, all the
At
family
school.
members. Yeah, at
Yeah.
school. You get for over a year and a half before you graduate.
Wow.
So
So
somehow it got to be that many years.
You've probably heard all the questions when asked today. I run into all sorts of people when they hear that I work at a medical clinic that also offers chiropractic care. They're very concerned oftentimes. One of the most common questions I get is, what's the popping noise? The popcorn sound is what I call it.
Yeah, it's air moving around. Your body burns fuel, gives off exhaust. Some of that exhaust is gaseous. It's a gas. And as it gets infiltrated into your blood, you can think of it kind of like a very, very weak soda, but it will aggregate in certain areas. That air will. And when you do an adjustment, what you'll get is a cavitate, and it's just air moving around in there, nitrogenous gas, So, it's not bones breaking or, I love the kids. The kids always get the great big eyes and, what did you just do to mom?
Yeah. Did you see the video about the French Bulldog?
I did.
That was funny, with Dr. Chris doing the adjustment on the owner and the dog went crazy.
Yeah, and actually what's interesting, and I've always wondered the psychology on this too, is that somewhere between a year and a half and 2.5, I've had the honor of working on a lot of moms over the years, a lot of moms. And once their babies are here, they're always very glad to come. Moms are very glad to come to us while they're pregnant because we help. And then when they got the baby. So 1.5 years to 2.5 years, there's a timing in there where it's no big deal. Mom's going to the doctor, getting adjusted occasionally, whatever, right? And then there's a time when it is not okay. They know that you're trying to hurt them. They know, in their heads, right? So it's really interesting. They'll start screaming and crying, and mommy has to put on a big smile and get up and touch them and let them know that it's so. I don't know what that is, but somebody out there knows psychology. What is that? You guys are smart.
With the kids, I don't know. The other question I get a lot is, it seems like once someone does an adjustment, they have to keep coming for adjustments.
I love that.
A lot of people are concerned about that because they don't want to have to get stuck in a system where they feel like they have to keep coming back.
Yeah, once you start brushing your teeth, boy, it's terrible. You just always have to brush your teeth. It's horrible. It's similar, though. Here the truth is, when people go to chiropractors, I think you wind up, for a long time, the people that didn't go was one faction, and the people that did were another faction. And the people that did felt so much better that they were, browbeating the people that were just like, hey, it's not for me, and they were, ready to punch them in the head because they weren't, coming in and doing what they were supposed to do or what they thought they were supposed to do. Not true. You can absolutely come in on an injury basis, which is, hey, I broke it, it's bad, and whatever it is, And then if it's something that we get to help, we would help them with that. And we would restore the motion, create space, rebalance the joint. The person feels a lot better. There goes the headache. There goes the low back pain. They're all better, right? And off they go. And sometimes you don't see those. You see those people when they injure themselves. 30 years of doing this, Jess. You get amazing number of people that will start out with the, hey, I'll see you when I need you. And they kind of have that. And that's good. I'm not mad at them for that. But then you get the ones that are, now it's 15 years later, now it's 20 years later, 30 years later, and they're like, is it okay if I just come once a month and see you because this is killing me, man. I'm feeling bad. It's like, well, yeah, you've been doing that for 30 years, right? Yeah. So you make a great point. It's simply not true. I would say, though, more often than not, people come in just to keep everything loose. And that's really what we do. We restore motion. Putting something that's out of place back in place, rare, However, creating a function to come back, that happens a lot. Reducing pain, that happens a lot. Restoring movement in joints, that happens a lot. That happens every time. So I would say that's more along the lines of, it's nobody wants to believe something popped out and somebody popped it back in. It's more along the lines of that doesn't move that way anymore, and it really, really should, and so we nudge it back in. Okay. Yeah, and I hope people don't hold that one out there too strongly, because there is no science behind that. That's simply not real. You can come in on an injury basis. Yep. It's not what I recommend, though, I got to tell you. Normally I tell people, hey, once in a while, especially those jobs that hold people still.
Yeah, so you're more looking at preventative at that point versus fixing something.
Well, it's the way it always should be, huh? If you can shore up the host, even with the current day with COVID, right? If you can make the host more stable and more powerful, you're much more concerned about that than you are risk of exposure. That's the right way to attack anything. It just is, Same thing with let's go back to teeth, right? You brush and floss your teeth every day. I asked a dentist one time because I wasn't good at flossing and it was a little bit painful many years ago. And I said, do I have to floss all of my teeth? Because some of these hurt when I do this. And he goes, only the ones you want to keep. And in all honesty, that's kind of how this goes, prevent, man. Make it part of your life to restore motion before it starts to fail, right?
Yeah. So you've been practicing chiropractic care 30 years.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of our patients now, we have been recommending them for regenerative medicine.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, a lot of times we can regrow stuff now. We've never been able to do it before. It's the cutting edge of medicine. I mean, very seriously, it's been fantastic. You're seeing more and more of it in the news. You're seeing they're using the regenerative medicine now because it's been awesome for COVID. There are now, FDA has allowed, I think it's up to 15 now clinical trials because people did case studies and found out that it actually worked. So they're in phase 2 and phase 3 trials right now to be able to restore a system. And our way is always to help people heal and grow. We want to recenter the focus on the body's natural ability to heal and grow, and putting regenerative medicine into something basically rewrites your RNA, your DNA, and then tells your body to regenerate something. That is the wave of the future. It's much, much, much better of an idea than to replace something if you can possibly do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to make an appointment with Dr. Bruce or one of the other providers for chiropractic care, you sure can. It's 816-454-5433. We'd love to see you like, share, and comment on this video and spread the news about preventative maintenance.
Yeah.